Good afternoon. Have you wondered yet what I'm going to do with the food that I preserve and how I'm going to use it? I wonder that all the time too. Tonight's the night we're going to start though. I've actually showed you this recipe under my retro recipes. This recipe has been around my family forever. I ate it growing up. My son has eaten it growing up. As adult roommates, we eat it in the wintertime a lot. And we call it hamburger pie. The difference is, I'm not going to just make one. I'm going to make two, and I'm going to put half of it in the freezer. The only difference will be is the second pound of ground beef will not be topped with potatoes and cheese until we take it out, thaw it, and then heat it up, warm it to eat it, actually. And the surprise is, remember when I did this spinach and coleslaw cabbage mix? Well, I am going to use my little, actually it's a coffee grinder. I'm going to make some powder, and I'm going to put in the ground beef to see if we can taste it. If we can, do we like it? If we can't, can I add a little bit more next time? Just to add more vitamins, minerals, nutrients, whatever this can provide. Can I get it without actually having to eat it slimy? You know, I don't do slimy spinach well. That's just my opinion. So anyway, we've got our ground beef. We are using our onions that I had found on sale, and we chopped a bunch up, threw them in the freezer. I don't have to chop tonight. Green beans, tomato soup, pepper, salt, garlic powder, our potatoes to top, our cheese to top, and I'm going to make powder out of these two. So when I'm going to go ahead and start getting this assembled, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get the hamburger in. I actually use a Dutch oven so I can do it all at one time. One pan, excuse me, one pan for the entire thing. Half of it will be dinner tonight, half will go in the freezer for another night, minus the potatoes and cheese, until we're ready to eat it. Let me get started. All right, our beef is cooking away. I'm going to start adding my seasonings. I never measure, so we'll see. Okay, 2 pounds, probably a little bit longer. I do salt. I do garlic powder. We do like a lot of garlic. We also like a lot of pepper, so. All right. Next up, let me grab the onions. Okay, I added the onions, probably about a cup. That's the frozen onions, where I had got the onions on sale. So I got a whole bunch of onions for a little bitty price. Now I also season the onions just a little bit. If I do this differently and I put the onions in when I first put the hamburger in there, it all gets seasoned together. But today I didn't. So I seasoned them a little bit, not very much, but just a little bit on their own. Let me finish whipping this up and we'll go on to the next step. Our ground beef is cooked. Now I'm going to open our 2 cans of tomato soup, condensed tomato soup. I'm going to pour it right in just like that. Then I'm going to open our 2 cans of green beans, drain them, and pour them in as well. Guess what's next? Our spinach and our coleslaw mix. I think I'm going to start with a tablespoon of the coleslaw because I can't really smell it. This this smells really grassy. So I'm going to start off slow and maybe just do a teaspoon. And then I'm going to kind of start testing to see what it tastes like. All right, let me get that done. All right, time to mix it up and kind of let it simmer together. And we are done. I did buy the packaged potatoes, but you can make your own. You can get any flavor you want. You can do any cheese. I always do a cheddar blend. Let's see. You could use fresh onions. Usually I always do. If you have, I guess that's it. I don't eat frozen green beans. If you do and you like them, use that instead of the canned. I did add just a touch more seasoning once I added everything. Not very much salt because the potatoes and the cheese is going to add that salt. My potatoes are being made as we talk here. So let me go see if they're ready, and we will, basically, I'm going to pour this into a casserole. I'm going to top it with my potatoes and my cheese, and I'll be back. I tend to do my layers a little shallow because I like a good ratio of potatoes and cheese with my meat. So, all right, this is going to go in the freezer for another night when we need a quick meal. And it's already got extra goodies in it because I cooked it all in the same pot. So I keep wanting to say celery, the coleslaw mix and the spinach is already in it. All right, let's get the potatoes on top. Just a little bit of salt and pepper to make sure my potatoes are well seasoned. And there it is, topped with cheese. So my potatoes I used was 4 servings, but if you wanted a thicker layer of potatoes, you most certainly could use a double pack or the bigger pack. If you make your own and you like them a little bit thinner to put on top, you know, add your little bit of milk or butter or whatever. These were pretty thin that I got in the package, so I just left them. I thought, not a big deal. The cheese, I just make sure it's covered. I couldn't tell you much other than that. Probably 3 handfuls. That's how big my hand is. 3 of those probably. We like a lot of cheese. I probably could have put more, but I do have thin layers down through that bowl, so I kind of want it all just to kind of meld together. So my oven is preheated at 350. Let's get it in the oven until this cheese is melty and bubbly. And shabam, we are done. It's going to take a little bit to cool off. But I think I forgot to tell you who I am. I am Tina, the girl in the garden. Sometimes in the kitchen because I like to grow things and then bring them in and cook with them. And when I don't have a garden that's actually ready to harvest, I will buy at the store. I try to buy everything on sale nowadays. So in here, we got onions. I actually do have some red onions I just harvested, which will be another video. I have potatoes I have harvested, which will be another video. Obviously, I don't make my own hamburger or cheese or tomato soup for that matter. But anyway, this is our dinner tonight. I probably will not be back for a taste test. I'll see if I can find the other video. I think it was within this year. And I will link it if I can find it. And gosh, the rest of this will go in the freezer. I'll mark my deli container and it will be another night. So I can just pull it out and all I got to do is make potatoes or buy a bag of instant potatoes, whichever. I have potatoes. I can make potatoes. Look at me. For me, I think the hard thing is remembering what I have or remembering what I'm preserving to remember to use it and experiment with it so I can get the full benefits of my garden and what I'm growing and get more vegetables and fruits in me because I'm really bad about that. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us here tonight. If you make this recipe, I hope you enjoy it. I am Tina, the girl in the garden. If you like this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see further videos with content like this. Share with family and friends you think that might like it. Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever made this before, or if you do make it, what you think. All right, this is Tina, and I'll see you next time. Bye.